Oh, hey everybody, we're live with Naranjan. He's the creator of How to Draw Books Generator. Welcome, Naranjan.
Hey Becky, thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm super excited.
Oh yeah, well, I've just been playing with this app all day. It's just so much fun. Goodness, this app is incredible. How long did it take to make this?
I think the entire tech that went into it was probably developed over a period of 2.5 years. So that was the majority of the work, and then putting the skins together, putting the interface together, that probably would be 3-4 months. So yeah, 2.5 years of work, I would say.
Wow, that's just excellent. I love how there's two different kinds. There's the grid and the step-by-step, because both of those types of books do well on Amazon. I was looking, and some people are making like up to like 20,000 a month or even more. If they're really in demand, these type of books. So we got some people watching. So if you have any questions, then make sure to type in the comment, and I'll see your comment, and Naranjan can answer your question. So Naranjan, how has it been so far? What's the response?
The response has been phenomenal. I mean, a lot of people are actually picking up the front end of Q1 to Q2 and all that. So the response has been great. I mean, as usual, pretty similar to what we had in Math Bookship Generator. And that I believe is primarily because of the niche. It's such a generic niche that there's a humongous demand for that, number one. And number two, people recognize it. So probably that's the reason why this is getting widespread acceptance.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I just love playing with the grid. Like I was playing with the grid, and then I went over and did some step-by-step. You could probably have both in the same book, the grid and the step-by-step, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can always mix and match things. In fact, you know what, Becky, this is something that is being overlooked by a lot of our customers who we are interacting with via the support system. Many of them think that these apps are to be used for how to draw books only. That's not the case. These are essential units or components of any activity book for that matter. And you can take these and put them literally anywhere in an activity book, and they would blend themselves nicely into that. So that's something that is to be kept in mind as well.
Oh, yes. Okay, we have a question from Mary. She says, could you clarify what is in front end and what is in OTO1?
Okay, sure. So front end and OTO1, let me focus on the front end first. Now the front end product is all about taking an image, that's a PNG image that you would have rights to, take the PNG image and convert it into a grid-based how to draw worksheet. Now, why is this important, and why is this such an important thing for us to get into as publishers? Now, Becky, Mary, you may be knowing this as well. I'm a publisher myself. I'm just checking if I can see the questions as well. All right, so I can see the question here. So I'm a publisher myself, so I'll just emphasize on why this thing is such an important aspect of our portfolio. Thing is, when kids get introduced to the activity of starting to draw and sketch and stuff like that, the step before that is called pencil control, right? They learn how to hold a pencil, how to have that strength developed in their fingers, and those pencil control worksheets are a massive niche, right? Once they have gone through that phase, they move towards drawing. And when they start drawing, they cannot really focus on the entire drawing or the illustration to copy it. So that needs to be divided into smaller parts, and that is where this technique of having rectangular or square boxes comes into picture. So let's say there's an apple that is drawn on a grid box of 4x4, right? We have 4 rows and 4 columns. Now, instead of drawing the entire apple, the kid is supposed to focus on one little square and just draw the bit that is inside of that, right? And when they focus on those boxes that have that content, eventually what they will find is they have completed the drawing. And that is why this is such an essential tool for people to work with. FE allows you to do that. FE allows you to create these kind of illustrations, or rather, I didn't say illustrations, rather this kind of worksheets effortlessly. You could do that in any other application, but the ease and speed of execution and the level of control you have, that is something that will take a lot of time for anyone to create if you're creating a 100-page book, right? So that is what FE does. Now, the limitation that FE has is, as usual with most of our products you might have seen, FE, it gives you 100 downloads a month. It's in perpetuity. Like, if you use 100 downloads this month, you will always get your account refreshed at the beginning of the next month so that you can get more downloads. That's how it works. Number two is, you do not get the PowerPoint downloads inside of front end. So these are the opportunities that are available in the upgrade offer. Upgrade offer gives you access to PowerPoint file, which is basically like, becomes a source file for you for any future reference or editing and things like that. You can download unlimited number of books or worksheets. You don't have any limitations whatsoever on the first upgrade. But the most important component, if you ask me, as far as the upgrade is concerned, is the bulk creation capacity. And I may not have done a very good job of explaining that in the OTO1 sales page, but I'm going to create some videos in future so that we can explain it. So Becky, I'll just take a couple minutes more to explain that particular thing, because I really believe it will add a lot of value to the this show that we're having here. Now, see, let's take a look at this. Why are we using this tool? I mean, you could actually create this with Photoshop, you could create this with Illustrator, you could create this with even PowerPoint or Affinity, any other tool that you have, right? Why would you want to spend the $47 on the FE product which does this? Simply because it will reduce your task from a day to an hour. And the 8 or 10 hours that you save, that becomes like the earning that you have in terms of time. So in OTO1, we put that on steroids. We increase that even further. We add a lot more efficiency. What we do is, we allow you to take a bunch of images. Let's say you have 20 images. You take them, and then in one go, you create an entire book of 20 pages. Right? So that is what is the biggest differentiator and the biggest change that you will find in OTO1 as against what is available in FE. I hope I was able to answer that question. Was that Mary?
Oh yes, Mary Simpson.
Okay. Yeah. So I think I was able to answer that. I'm actually seeing Facebook user Becky, so I'm not able to see the name. My apologies if I'm.
Oh yeah, I'm in the group, so I'm able to see the names. Like, yeah, it does that for me too. Like, it's kind of annoying.
Perfect. All right. Okay.
So what I wanted to do is show this app in action a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I don't think you'll be able to see my screen, Naranjan, when I share it. But okay. stand by. So this is the the screen, how to do Dropbox generator. So if you want to do grids, you just go to the canvas and you select the grid, and then you go to bulk clone. Then you can go to image and grid clone. But I like to do image and grid clone with blank grids, because that way they have like a grid, and then the next page they can actually draw. If it's a printable, they can actually draw it and look at the grid, or you can do it like side by side. So I like to do that. And then you upload all your images. So we'll upload some of the images in my bonus, which are these really cute dinosaurs. So we're going to upload these, and then you go to apply, and now you'll see the dinosaur, and then the next one is a blank grid, and then the next dinosaur and a blank grid. It made a whole entire book, and you see how fast that was? It's a whole book. And then you just delete this one, but see, now you got a whole book, and you can like make a title page, and then you can download it, so it's now a whole book. It's just incredible. And then another version, so let's exit out of here and go to another one. So let's do the step by step. That always the grid, but you can also do step by step. So then you go over to, like, all the images go to split to steps, and you can see all the images you can use. You can even upload your own. There's like farm, flowers, fruits, houses. We got plants and trees, robots. So let's do the robots. So what you would do is go to this robot has 7 layers. So you would go to templates, and then you would select one that has 7 layers. That's 6 is 7. 7 steps. So you click that. And then you would go here and go to bulk clone and go to step-by-step layers. And then it will give a list. Like, you could just make sure you check the ones that have 7 layers. Like, these all have 8 layers. And then you just look for ones that have 7 layers to apply in that. Oh, is the robots. Just get to the robots down here. Yeah, here we go. The robots, that's 7. And that one has 7. That one has 7. And then you would go to here and you go to apply. So now what it did is it made a step-by-step. Look at that. It's just instantaneously. You know how long that would take doing this yourself, like actually having to draw it yourself? Look, it just did it automatically for you. And then if you wanted to do another page, you just go make another one. Like there's lots that had 8. So you would look for one that has 8. Like this one has 8. And then that one you go here. And then you go here and you go bulk clone. And then step-by-step layers. And then go back to the robots again. And then all these have 8. So just select all. There's lots of 8-layer robots. Because robots are more complicated. So there's more steps to make them. And that is 8. Then you go back up here and you go to apply. And look at all that. I made all the robots. Isn't that just crazy? Look at this. And it's so simple. Like anybody could do it. And then you just download it. What would y'all think of that? Yeah, so as you could see, this app is incredible. Like I just showed everybody the grid and the step-by-step. It was so fast. You know, I could just do it like so quickly. You could immediately make a book and start making money. And that's the important part, right? That's why everybody's here to make money.
Absolutely.
So have any customers made books yet?
Well, we do have a number of them who are already working on it. So I'm aware of that, but I'm not aware of anyone who has already published it. So we'll see. These projects are something that people, in fact, including you and I, Becky, probably we may not be comfortable showing it, especially if you have it on a pen name that is already popular if you're already selling it. So that's tricky, but I know for sure there are people already working on it. Becky, can I add something here to just add value to what you shared in the screen? All right. We actually got someone who has about 13 years experience working with Adobe Illustrator. Okay. And we started with a vehicle image that we have inside of our done for you images. It's a car that we have. We started with one SVG file, all right? So what we did is we asked the user to create, just take the SVG, how many ever layers are there, just convert that into a worksheet using a ramp, and the same worksheet using Illustrator. And this is someone who has 13 years of experience working with Adobe Illustrator, right? So this person is from our team. Now, the time it took him to create that illustration or create that page of step-by-step drawing in Adobe Illustrator was 7 minutes. 7 minutes for this one worksheet, all right? And what you showed in this particular show right now were probably multiple pages in a matter of seconds.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's the comparison that I'm talking about. If anyone is asking themselves the question, can I do this in some other software? That's a wrong question to ask. If that is the question you're asking yourself, probably you're not looking at it from the right perspective. The question to ask is, can I do it this fast in any other application? If you can do it, then you don't need to buy this. If you can't do it, that's where you save the money, because when you save 7 minutes on one illustration, starting from the same point, exact same point, we are not talking of a novice user, we are talking of an expert in Adobe Illustrator who actually creates a lot of design packages that we sell, right? You've seen the quality, Becky, right? So these are people who are thorough professionals. So when they go ahead and they figure it out, we have a timer on that, probably I'll share that case study sometime later. But they were able to create one worksheet using the same SVG file in 7 minutes, and it hardly takes a few seconds to create one worksheet. In fact, we created multiple of those, right? So that's the difference.
Oh yeah. Okay, we got some more questions coming on. Yeah, Mary says, are you adding more blank pages between them to draw on? Yeah, you could do that. You could add blank pages in your book for them to draw on. That's a great idea, actually. You can also make a Kindle book. I was thinking you could do this with Kindle, and then you could actually they could have a sketchbook, and they could look at their Kindle book and then do how to draw. Like that would make a lot of money too.
That is one area, Becky, which I have not done justice to in the sales copy because of the time constraints. But this niche and this product is something it actually opens us up to the Kindle niche directly. Because this is not something where the user, unlike activity books where the user is supposed to do something on the book, here the user can actually see the content and then start sketching on the sketchpad, and you'll actually find a lot of such books on Kindle. They sell well. Now think of this from a marketing perspective. You do a free release for a few days, get some reviews, get some content out there, get some buzz going, and immediately after that, what you do is move it to a paid plan and so on, right? So this opens up a lot of avenues for people to kind of foray into that category as well.
Oh, excellent. Okay, we got another question. Gigi is asking, is with the images we upload, are we able to apply step-by-step layers to those upload images also? Thank you for taking the time today to provide additional info. Yeah, so she's asking, are we able to apply step-by-step layers to, well, the images, when you upload, they have to already be layered. Is that right?
Yeah, so here's the thing. We can play around with anything that's already broken up. Let's say the designer creates an image and has 10 different parts to it. You can always convert those 10 different parts into 5 parts or 6 parts or 4 parts or 3 parts. That thing is possible within the application. But if there is, let's say there is a circle, all right, let me explain this with an example, Gigi, so that you can understand it. If we have a circle that is created as just one file, the app cannot do anything about it. But if the circle is constituent of 4 separate arcs, it's divided into 4 separate parts and they are put together, you can actually play around with it right inside of the app. You don't need to go to any other application. Let's say you want to draw one arc in the first step, in the next step you want to combine the remaining 2, and then the fourth one comes in the third step, you can do all of that stuff. So it has to be broken down, it has to be layered. You can always combine 2 layers, move them around, change the sequence in which they appear, all of that stuff is done. But if it is coming as one image, there is no way for the app to know. And that is a mathematical impossibility for us to address at this point in time as well.
Oh, yes, exactly. Like I used to use JavaScript to draw SVGs and manipulate them. So yeah, I know lots of the technology that goes behind this, but like this is just the next step level that I could do. So then Marcy, not Mary, Marcy, she wants to know the commercial use rules.
Right. So you are allowed to create books and sell them on Amazon KDP. You are allowed to sell printables on Etsy. You can create products and sell to end users on your website as well, so you can commercially profit from them. What we do not allow is PLR rights. What we do not allow is selling anything you create with the app with a commercial use, right? Because what that does is that devalues the application, and we have thousands of customers, paying customers. We would like to protect their business, and that is the step that we take with almost every single application that we have done. I hope I was able to answer that part.
Oh yes, from my understanding, I remember asking before that you just cannot sell these pages as PLR. You can only sell them for personal use only. Is that correct?
So so you can sell it to the end user who cannot sell it further. They cannot make money using the end product. That's the eventual goal. And the idea is to protect our thousands of customers who we have on board and kind of give them an opportunity to actually leverage the niche, leverage the tools to benefit from.
Okay, Gigi has another question. So to be clear, we should upload them as individual uploads. Are we able to upload SVG images that are already in separate sections?
Well, that's a beautiful question. You can have 2 scenarios. You have one SVG file which has all the layers in it, or you could, let's say, one SVG file that has 8 layers in it. You could upload that as one file, or what you could do is you could have 8 separate SVG files for each of those steps, and the app will be able to work with that as well. So it is completely flexible as to how you upload it, as long as you have the steps that you need or the layers that you need.
Oh, I had a question myself. Like, I see the maximum step is 12 steps. Like, what if you have an SVG that has 13 steps? Like, what would you do?
Right. So another brilliant question. I'm so glad we are having this show, Becky. Thank you. So here's the thing. What we'll do is we'll give users an option to upload as many steps as they want in future. But right at the start of this, what we want is to kind of take them to a stage which is essential for the books that actually sell. So the moment we are targeting these kind of books towards the age group of 6 to 12, like sometimes 6 to 8, 6 to 10, 8 to 12, that kind of age group. So having that many steps sometimes may confuse people. So 12 is the optimum that I would want the users to go through with. But if someone has more, how do they deal with it? Well, what you need to do is, if you have a SVG file which has say 16 steps, what you do is you merge some of them. You move some of the content to another layer which makes sense, and then delete the layers which are vacant. Merging option is available, adding a layer is available, removing a layer is available, selecting a component and moving it to a certain layer option is also available. So you can always take that 16 steps and convert it into 8 steps or 12 steps or 10 steps.
So, would your team have available layered SVGs you can purchase in the future? Like, if you run out of the ones that you've already offered, are you going to have more available?
Yeah, we are contemplating opening up a marketplace with this Peki at some point in time, where we'll allow other users also to create content that is aligned with the way our system is supposed to work. And if the quality criteria is met, we probably will actually open up a system or a marketplace very similar to Creative Fabrica, where the resources created by third-party sellers will be available for purchase by our users. So that's something also we are considering. And yes, we are open to the idea. We are actually expanding, Beckley recently took our office space. So we are expanding the creative team because we are feeling a need for content creation where our users and the community has access to licensed images to work with that they don't have to lose sleep over, right? So that's something that we're looking at very seriously.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, Gigi's saying she means each segment of the image. I'm not really sure what she's meaning here. Do you understand what she's talking about?
What Gigi is saying is, let's say our image has say 8 different parts of it. Let's think of a character, right? Let's think of a character which has a circular head. There is a say body, squarish body. There are hands, 2 hands, and there are 2 legs, right? That's the component. So you can upload the SVG as one file where you have layered everything, or you could have one SVG file just for the head, then you would have another SVG file just for the body, another SVG file just for the hands, and then one for the legs, and all of them could be uploaded and used in the worksheet. So that is possible. That is supposed to be a part of my last question. All right, so it looks like we answered this question.
Excellent. Yeah, from my understanding, to break up the images, like I was doing it myself. And what I did was I went into Photoshop and used the lasso tool and just broke up the images, and each image I broke up, put in a separate layer. Then I brought it into Illustrator and I made it into an SVG, and that way each layer is an SVG, and then I brought it into your program, and I could easily make the step-by-step book,
Yeah, that's how it works. And it can be done in Photoshop, it can be done in Illustrator, it can be done in say Affinity, it can be done in Inkscape. It can be done with a lot of tools, the creative tools that we have. And right, I'll just leave this as a teaser here. I'm not commenting anything to anyone on the show, right? I just want to tell you this. You'll be surprised how easy we make this for you in about 3 months' time from now.
Oh yes, I'm just so excited where this app is coming, and I just know there's going to be so many more amazing things that you and your team are going to create, man. I just can't believe I'm getting goosebumps. This is just next level technology.
This has been insane, Becky. I mean, when we committed our time to this, we were actually very worried about it because, we are a very small business, right? We are a very small tech business. So when you commit 2.5 years of your resources into something and it doesn't go well and it doesn't get appreciated by the community, it doesn't get accepted by the community, that basically means you have gone back by 2 years in terms of the growth you have and the kind of work you do. We are just over the moon with the kind of response we have got, and we are super excited because now we are going to take the level of the software created for this community to a whole new level where you'll see real true blue SaaS applications created for enterprise grade stuff. So that's what we're trying to bring to the market.
Oh, awesome. So I wanted to see if there's any more questions here. Let me look. I don't see anything, but if there's not, I would like to bring up some of my bonuses I'm offering. as part of getting it with my link. I put my link above on top of the video, and I'm offering like 3 coloring packs and several trainings. So you might want to look. I'll post a link in the group so you can look yourself. But yeah, my bonus is pretty big. I've never offered such a big bonus before, and it's definitely worth it. Because this training is amazing. I want everybody in my audience to get it. That publishes books. Even if you don't publish books, I provide a train on how to publish books too. So Mary's asking, do adults use these?
Well, okay, so here's something like, these books, step-by-step books, are dependent on the kind of characters you choose, right? So think about it. If you have a simple Easter bunny over there, and it is appealing to a kid who is 8 to 12 years old, then probably that book would be good for them. But what about someone interested in manga drawing, someone interested in anime drawing, like those have complex books and things like that. So the tool is an enabler, right? The kind of images you choose to use with it is what defines the kind of age group that you're trying to cater to. So if someone is trying to learn how to draw anime or how to draw say manga characters, which are very complex in nature, that's where you can actually gear this towards adults as well.
Oh yes, I used to be a manga anime artist. Like I haven't drawn in several years, but I used to get how to draw books. Yeah, yes, I would sell at anime conventions. I was a big anime nerd. So I would actually buy those how to draw books. They're expensive. I paid like $30 for a couple. They're like really expensive. They're like from Japan. They're super pricey. So you could actually sell anime. Get some anime graphics. Break them up and put them in this app and make the how to draw books with them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely. Let's see if there's any more questions before we end today's call. I'm sure you're very busy. Let me see. I don't see anything else. But okay, but if you do have anything else, Niranjan's in the group, so you can tag me or Niranjan and we'll get back to you. Well, thanks so much for Niranjan for being on today's call. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Becky. It's always a pleasure to be on the show. Thank you, everyone, for joining in, and I hope you were able to add value to you. If you have any questions, as Becky said, just pop it in the group and tag Becky or me, and we'll do our best to answer you.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.